is record-breaking cold to the United States, and forecasters expected some locations to experience their coldest temperatures on record this late in the season. I'm McNulty.
On Wall Street, the Dow down by 450 points, the Nasdaq dropped 93, the S&P 500 declined 26. More at townhall.com.
Do you have a favorite that you remember?
Heard me talk about a relief factor and how so many people enjoy a better, more pain-free life because of it. If you're dealing with everyday pain, it makes sense you'd want to try it first. Well, Relief Factor makes that pretty pain-free too with their 3-week quick start kit for only $19.95, less than $1 a day. Relief Factor is a daily supplement that fights pain naturally. Relief Factor doesn't just mask pain temporarily, it helps reduce or eliminate pain. Visit relieffactor.com. 1-800 the number 4 relief 800-4-RELIEF for Relief Factor.
The Progressive's linear price tool, you get coverage options based on how much you want to pay for car insurance. Then you decide how to spend the rest of your money because you're in charge. Credit card bill. But you decide when you'll pay it before the due date, so those interest charges don't get you. But you decide if you pay it in full. But you definitely should, because again, interest charges. With Progressive's linear price tool, we'll help you find coverage at a fair price. Then you're in charge. Where's a casualty insurance company to focus on Wall Street?
17 years in the making, Microsoft says it has developed its first quantum computer chip. BBC correspondent Chris Valance reports.
Quantum computers use the principles of particle physics to solve problems that the types of machines in our phones and laptops, so-called classical computers, just can't. Among the tantalizing possibilities, discovering new ways to create vital chemicals like fertilizers or better batteries. But some experts believe
a cold night on the way, followed by a sunny afternoon tomorrow, but still chilly. Tonight's the last night it freezes. And then we'll continue to warm up going into the weekend, but good rain chance appears to be coming up again by Sunday. In the morning tomorrow, we'll start mid-20s north, 30s south. Tomorrow afternoon, sunshine with highs upper 40s. Look for middle 50s with a partly cloudy Saturday, followed by clouds building, as well as increasing rain chances through the day on Sunday, and still a cold high into the middle 50s. Ralph Sanji, WGSO. Step back in time to the Gulf Coast Renaissance Fair and Pirates Festival. It's family-friendly fun for all ages. Experience the magic of the Renaissance with jousting nights, fair maidens, crafts. 2 weekends, February 22nd and 23rd, and March 1st and 2nd at Five Flags Speedway, Pensacola. Get more details and tickets now at gcrf.us. That's gcrf.us.
The views expressed on Only Good Vibes News Network are solely those of its hosts and guests. They in no way reflect the views of WWNO AM 990. Good people, good music, good food, good arts, good energy, good information, good medicine, good time, good vibes, good news. Welcome to New Orleans' Only Good Vibes News Network.
When it's dark, look on the bright side. When it rains, wait on the sunshine. Everybody likes getting them good vibes, 'cause everybody's got a heart on the inside. We can take all the hard lessons, that little loving, and turn them into blessings. Don't complicate it, keep it simple. Just work hard and be nice to people.
That's right, New Orleans. Just work hard and be nice to people. What's up, Jay?
Not much, man. It's good to be back on the air for the Only Good Vibes News Network, brought to you by NOLA Motorsports Park.
In Avondale on the West Bank.
That's right.
Jay, this week we are going to go over to the West Bank and we are going to play some golf.
Let's do it. We're going to try out the new golf course over there. Awesome.
Right.
The other thing I want to get together is I want to do like a little private racetrack thing, like get like 20 of our friends together and go over there and race, because that's fun.
Oh, you want to practice? Well, I got this thing.
I don't know. Practice.
Heroes has.
I can drive.
Heroes of New Orleans has a fundraiser that they're going to be doing on March the 22nd.
So really?
Are racing. You're coming, but I think it's a Whistle Monster gig.
Oh,
and
nice.
I think I have Mac the Clown coming. I have Mr. Everything. I have Cyber Saint.
All right.
And if I forgot,
not the Ayatollah of NOLA. He's not making it.
Well, he was in hiding.
Oh yeah, it's a rough time for the Ayatollah of NOLA. Actually. he's gone into hiding.
Yes. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Only Good Vibes News Network with me and my man Jay. As you can see, we just love to chat. Ron, how you doing today, baby?
I'm good, brother. Working hard as always.
Thank you, Ron.
We got Ron over here on the ones and twos.
Hey, we want to send out some positive vibes to our man BJ.
Oh, we sure do. We want to send out BJ Russ does a lot of things behind the scenes for us. He edits our ads together. He makes sure the automator is running right, and he is under the weather. So if you're out there listening, I don't know if you choose, however you choose to do it. If you're a prayer, pray for my boy BJ. If you're a positive vibe sender, a love sender, send him some positive vibes. Send him some love. He's out there.
I'm gonna get my mother-in-law. She is like
the way that I'm central over there.
Yeah, so yeah, you see, whenever there's like super like fans, she's like a super praying fan. Like this lady, half of her bed is filled with prayer cards every night before she goes to bed.
She got God super fandom.
I want to, yes, that's it. She has God super fandom. A lot of people have that. Ron, I know you probably got a lot of God super fans in your life, right?
I do.
That runs real deep in the Black community.
Hey, let's talk about these Zen cars that you pulled.
Yes, absolutely. So one more thing we'll give positive vibes out to is Mrs. Marianne Becknell.
Oh yeah, I love my dear
and,
friend Pete's mother. She's a wonderful human being, and I'll tell you what, she's also a great cook. Every time I've ever eaten anything that woman cooked, I was like blown away.
There you go. We sending positive vibes into people's lives. So back to our Zen cards here. You know, one thing you should know about us, the Jay and I, we pull these Zen cards every day, and we have a 3 no situation politics: no politics, no religion, and no negativity.
That's right.
That's
so don't consider this a religious exercise. This is an exercise in thought.
This is
mental
positive
exercise.
Thought gymnastics.
That's right.
So and don't pay too much into the attention that I peeled it with the left hand and the right hand, but the left one that I pull, because I pull each one with a different hand. So it's non-judgmental. Non-judgmental.
There you go.
Thank you, universe. We always know you're driving. We're just pretending we are sometimes. To straighten what is crooked, you must first straighten yourself. Once you are aligned, the whole world looks different.
Nice.
Man.
What's that one?
Non-judgment.
I love it.
Non-judgment, ladies and gentlemen. Don't have any judgment for it. Fix yourself first, and then things will start falling in place for you. And with the right hand here is wisdom. And I think we had wisdom before, but I mix these cards up and they come up whenever they come up, But wisdom. Treat everyone and everything with love and compassion. When you see no difference between the sacred and the profane, the saint or the sinner, that is the ultimate wisdom.
Boom. Wow. Laying down the wisdom over here.
We have the Mr. Vibes here.
Balance.
We got our positive energy.
Little smoky quartz action.
Yeah, it's not smoky quartz. It's what's it? The purple one that begins with an A always.
Amethyst?
Amethyst. There we go. Amethyst. Tricky word. Our guest today, who's going to be out of studio because he's so busy, and he's a man of New Orleans.
And a man of great talent, I'd have to
Amazing talent. Amazing talent. Mr. Ian McNulty will be coming in right after the break. He's going to be here with us, and we're going to be asking him a lot of cool things. All of a sudden, Jay, I'm like, I think I turned into your radio guy voice.
Oh yeah, you got the radio guy voice going on.
So
hey,
when I start talking about
one of the things that we never really get to go into here on the air, because we've had guests in the studio, or we're talking about the Super Bowl, but season 2, I really want to get into these 6 things that you like to tell people, because I think it's a very important part of our message and a very important part of Only Good Vibes. So hit them with the big 6, as you call it.
The big 6 things that you can do that's okay. So you're looking like you got 3 fingers up, and then the index and the thumb are saying that's okay, right? So the first 3 is humility. Have humility, empathy, and compassion for yourself first, always, right? Because if you don't have empathy, humility, and compassion for yourself, Jay, then you can't really give it to nobody else.
That's right.
Because you don't have it, and you won't be able to do it.
It's like I like to tell my band, I say, have a good time, because we're trying to bring people a good time, and you can't bring people something you don't have.
Wow. Unless you put it in layaway and then pay for it and then get it, then give it to them, right? No, but so the second 3 is really important. They're all 6 are important, but the second 3 are the ones that I really love to lean into a little bit more, especially the last one. So that's the first 3. The next one is always help people. If you help people, it's going to be an inside job eventually because you're going to start getting more out of it or just as much. A lot of times more because it helps you be more grateful. And every time you can be more grateful, that's really that's a step in the right direction to doing the right thing in life as a human.
And just to feeling good about life in general and having a positive attitude and a good vibe, being grateful goes a long way.
Yep. And very grateful for you guys, for you, Ryan, for you, Jay. Also,
for all our listeners too.
So the 5th thing is always try to be better than you were the day before, right? So here's the thing. Nobody's perfect. You may miss that email. You may not send that, get the winning lottery ticket. You might just, might not go to work one day. You may just feel, and don't beat yourself up because you had a bad situation happen to you. Turn that page, tear it, and guess what? As a brand new day, a brand new page to start over again, because nobody we know in this world. Ron, you know any perfect people?
No.
Jay?
Perfect people?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Neither. I haven't either. But the thing is, don't beat yourself up, guys. And the last one's the most important one. The last one is you want to leave the world better than you found it. Now, how can you do that? You say, okay, we can do it with water. We can do it with air. We can do it with food. But one of the ways you can do it mostly is meeting a stranger, man. Like somebody that you never even knew. You woke up, you didn't even know they was on this planet today. And then all of a sudden you had this great conversation with them at the post office, at the store.
That's right.
At the whatever, the flea market, wherever you are, just in the line. Whatever.
They say the opposite of depression is connection.
Ooh.
So you make connection with other people. You can solve the depression that they're feeling in their lives. You can solve that downward turn with just a little connection.
We are going to have to add that in. But when you do that, isn't that if you guys walk away and do that 3 or 4-fold each, isn't that basically telling you that you're leaving the world better than you found it? And those are the big 6.
That's right.
We want you to come away from that.
You follow the big 6 and you're going to be a natural for putting good vibes.
Yes. And one of the big things with the big 6 is if you start to see results, it's going to spur motivation for you.
That's right.
Right. And so that's what all we're trying to do is spur motivation for you to see positive things, get that in your subconscious thought process, get those positive things out, and you'll get some results, and then maybe you get motivated.
That's right. The big 6 is a way to ensure that your vibe is positive every single day. And, it's real easy. Like it all has to do with very much your interactions with the world. And one really simple thing that you can remember is if you see somebody who doesn't have a smile,
give them yours, man.
Give them yours.
Hey, Jay, you hungry? Like really hungry?
Yeah, I'm in the mood for oysters. Hey, let's check out Trenas.
Oysters? I love oysters.
Trenas features a wide variety of local oysters. Charred, grilled, baked, and on the half shell, even the famous oyster log.
Oyster log? I heard about that. You get 6 each of their signature baked oysters, plus 6 fried, all on a cypress slab?
42 oysters. We are going to love it. Trenas is located in the Hotel Intercontinental, 444 St. Charles Avenue, right on the parade route.
Sweet. When can we go?
7 days a week for lunch and dinner, plus a mimosa brunch on weekends and happy hour daily from 3 to 6.
Happy hour? Nah, you're talking my language.
Great drinks, great wine list. Award-winning chef Matthew Farmer leads a team serving the best seafood in New Orleans. Trenas.
Trenas. Got it. Let's go.
Are you tired of the same old weekend routine? Looking for something new and exciting?
Then get ready to rev your engines at Throttle and Swing, the ultimate entertainment destination at NOLA Motorsports Park.
That's right. We're talking an 80 configuration go-kart track that'll have you feeling like a pro racer.
But that's not all. We've also got a brand new 18-hole mini golf course and a state-of-the-art arcade.
Delicious craft pizza kitchen and a full bar. Think unique cocktails, gourmet coffee, and a perfect place to refuel after all the fun.
Plus, relax in our outdoor lawn area with the playground, live music stage, a huge television for watch parties, and free Wi-Fi too.
It's perfect for work or play.
And if you're planning a party, Throttle and Swing can handle it. Any size gathering, we got you.
So, what are you waiting for? Head over to NOLA Motorsports Park on the West Bank and experience the unparalleled excitement of Throttle and Swing.
Throttle and Swing at NOLA Motorsports Park. Get your adrenaline pumping.
Hey folks, it's Jeff Cruier. I've been with WGSO for 17 years as host and now president and general manager. WGSO is a community-based radio station, a nonprofit, locally operated. We believe in cultivating local talent and emphasizing local programs. If you have an interest in hosting your own program, then we have some prime spots available for you. Take advantage of this great offer. Email me at jeff@wgso.com or call me at 504-669-6076. Come fulfill your radio dreams at WGSO. Hey, Mimi, we love Wednesdays, but we're moving to a new time.
Listen to He Said, She Said, Wednesdays at 6 p.m.
Right here on WGSO.
Get up early on Saturdays and talk LSU athletics with us. Tiger Rag Radio every Saturday morning, 5 to 7 on WGSO, the community voice of the Crescent
You
City.
might be afraid to speak out for fear of cancel culture or losing your job. Christian Garrick Show on WGSO is your platform. Noon to 2, weekdays, right here on 990 AM WGSO.
I'm pet trendologist Charlotte Reed. Listen to the Pet Buzz airing every Saturday at 6 p.m. on WGSO 990 AM, the community voice of the Crescent City.
Hello, this is David Jeremiah. Join me each weekday morning at 4:30 or 5:30 a.m. for Turning Point on the community voice of the Crescent City, WGSO.
Join me, BJ Rust, every Saturday night for the Something to Say radio show on WGSO 990 AM and streaming live on WGSO.com.
What's up, my people? This is Derek Smoker Freeman. You're listening to the Only Good Vibes News Network with Jamie and Whistle right here on AM 990 in New Orleans. Yeah.
We gotta go. Hey, yes, indeed.
Yeah.
We love jamming out to that, man.
We
You can
do.
let
That's
that
a
roll
good
a little
jam.
bit more too, because we love Mr. Toots
We
and the
love
My
Toots. Hey,
Talk.
Toots is always bringing the best vibe. Speaking of good vibes, we got Ian McNulty on the line with us today, and he's going to bring in the good vibes about the New Orleans food scene here. Ian, are you with us?
I sure am. I'm with you guys. How are you doing?
Oh, we're doing
Welcome,
great.
E. Welcome, man. And first, thank you for your time. I appreciate it.
Oh, absolutely. No, listen, I love the whole idea. I love what you guys are doing. I love the good vibes that you're spreading. And, I love to discuss my favorite topic, New Orleans food, which is a lot of good vibes on the plate and wrapped up in the po' boy wrapper.
Amen, bro.
Whatever we're talking about.
Ian, I caught your article in the Times Pick in the NOLA.com today about the New Orleans late night food scene. I thought that was a really fascinating article. It really has been taking quite a hit here in New Orleans since Katrina.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you can go all the way back to Katrina, a very, very different scene. I mean, you say late night dining in this town. I know people will have the memories and maybe some of the grease stains still on their formal wear from Hummingbird Grill.
Nice.
Or La Peniche down in the Marigny, kind of a last stop at the end of the night. Long gone, unfortunately. And then the pandemic really, really forced a big change. And the reason is, all the restaurants had to shut down on a dime, like all at once, literally overnight. And then they had to reopen in phases. And so it wasn't like you could just stop the machine and start back up. A lot of changes in people's habits, a lot of changes in the business. And so really you saw a drastic fall off since the pandemic of late night restaurants, dining. And, I'm not talking about fast food places. I'm not talking about the chains. I'm talking about local restaurants with local character.
Right. But part of the point of your whole article was that there are some lights at the end of the tunnel. There are some things happening that are really positive.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, the one of the lights, to use that is the neon glowing at Bufa's Lounge down on Esplanade Avenue, which is now back to 24/7. I talked to the folks there, and they said 24/7, not just the bar, but the kitchen and a breakfast menu that they're rolling out. Wait for this schedule: midnight to noon. That's
wow.
There you go, the 12-hour breakfast hit. I like that,
dude. I'm always looking for eggs.
Sure. And what they told me was, look, you know, we were known for 24-hour service. You know, when we reopened, we couldn't quite get it going. But now we see people, they're coming in at 2 a.m, 3 a.m. They're looking to eat. And it's not just people who have been out on the town all night. Well, there's some of those. But a lot of it is people who have been working all night.
Yeah.
It's people who have been working shifts at other bars and restaurants. Maybe they got off at 1, maybe they got off at 2. You know, this is their happy hour and their dinner time. It's also people who work other kinds of shifts, whether they're, you know, EMS, doctors, nurses, overnight shifts in a lot of places. All-night restaurants have always been the hub for those kinds of folks.
Absolutely. I remember the St. Charles Tavern used to be like the spot to go.
You walked in there in early hours, and it was a tapestry of all the different colored scrubs of people who have been working in medicine, emergency response.
And then kind of up the street from there, you had the cab place. Everybody used to go to the trolley stop, you know?
Exactly. Yeah, and both of those are gone, as is Anita's on Tulane, the world-famous Anita's Grill, Gene's Po' Boys. If you go back a little further, I think that was 29.
I think we're doing a show that it ain't there no more. I think that's what we're doing right here.
But hey, guys, the channel, The Good Vibes, the story I'm talking about, and you can find that on NOLA.com if you want to read the whole thing, is really about what we're seeing as it's starting to come back. And a little bit tentatively, right? But some new places have been building in later night hours, or they're having special menus, almost like a reverse happy hour menu for the end of the night to stay open later.
Okay.
Again, gradual steps. Okay, there's a place in Metairie called the Bar Car. It's on Metairie Road. It's right by the railroad tracks. Used to be the Metairie Cafe back in the day.
Well, okay.
Right, I remember that.
Pretty cool.
It's the Bar Car?
It's called the Bar Car. It's got a train theme to it,
nice.
Next to the tracks. It's got a rooftop lounge.
And they have good oysters out there from what I hear as well.
They got oysters, they got a steak night, and they got a late night menu that runs from 10 until midnight. Pretty good, right? Wednesday through Sunday. A couple items on the menu. It's not the extensive menu, but, if you're pulling in 11 o'clock or something, you're going to get a burger, cheese fries, a wrap, something like that. It's just different options. And then, to take it to the other end of the spectrum, going much more upscale, because, we're talking about diners and joints and that kind of thing. Well, sometimes the late night dining thing is fueled by people going out to events, especially around carnival time, going to balls, going to parades, going to big stuff. They're dressed up. They want to keep the night going. They want something a little more elegant. Emeril Lagasse's newest restaurant, it's called 34 Restaurant and Bar, the number 34, and it's down on Barone Street across from downtown Rouse's. It's a Portuguese restaurant, which is a fascinating cuisine, awesome food. But they're open until midnight on Friday, Saturday.
Wow.
Doing they convert over to, again, a happy hour menu, but with lots of food options from their regular menu. And they've even got a DJ station in there. One of the booths in this restaurant.
Really?
DJ station. And fellas, this is an upscale restaurant. This is an Emeril Lagasse restaurant. And so they took a different look at it. Emeril's son, EJ, up and coming chef, is like globally rising star. He's had a big hand in it, and it's got kind of a youthful edge to it, stylish, delicious, and they're serving their menu until midnight on the weekends. I think it's until called 11 o'clock on the other days of the week. But again, it's not just burgers and F&M patio bar waffle fries. Blessed though they are,
yes,
there are more upscale options out there.
Yeah, I like the Mid-City Yacht Club a lot for the late night thing. They do a really good job over there as well.
So
the Yacht Club is a good call.
Yeah, one of the things, just to back up real quick, there's a La Peniche, dude. The first place I ever really actually met, like touched and talked to at that place was Dr. John at La Peniche, and I had to open up the other side door because me and him both couldn't get through at the same time. But it was very, very cool meeting him. But back to what you were just saying here, I think that people have really missed it. The late night snack. Like I was even trying to think of people telling people on Oak Street, like if people are always hungry at night, like late at night, and then since the pandemic, things really just shut down. And it's really refreshing. That's why I'm writing down a couple of these. Like for you, what's your late night go-to snack? It doesn't have to be healthy, but like what are you like? What's something that you like as a go-to for you?
First of all, on that tip, tomorrow morning on NOLA.com, I'm going to have a follow-up story to all this late night stuff that's going to have a list broken down by neighborhood.
Okay, we're always trying to get breaking news over here, you know.
Okay. This place is open 24/7. This place is open till
Nice.
whatever it is. Right?
Good work.
So it'll be a big roundup like that. But let me give you a couple things. I'm a sucker for a bar burger. You know what I mean when I say a bar burger.
Oh, yes.
Big patty, thick patty, loosely ground. You can taste the sizzle of the griddle on there. It's New Orleans. That cheddar cheese is going to be shredded. It's going to have that contrast of the hot patty and the shredded cheese. And it's going to be served in a basket. You know, you can picture it, right? I mean, it's the one that Portugal made the template of. Portugal is terrific. Open till midnight on the weekends. But I guess for where I am, I live in Mid-City, Beach Corner.
Oh, yeah.
Up on Canal Street by the cemeteries. And it's it's surrounded by the cemeteries, which is a good warning for you what's going to happen if you have too many late night burgers. But
we love that place too. And the show that we're gonna go to break. That's the music letting us know. But the show, I want to let you know, is definitely brought to you by NOLA Motorsports Park. And without those guys, we would not be able to do it. But we'll get back to you. We're gonna pay some bills. Hang on. We're gonna come back to you some more here shortly.
We'll be right back with Ian McNulty.
Yes, sir.
Give me love for the life of me. Yeah. We know that I was not
tired of the same old weekend routine, looking for something new and exciting.
Then get ready to rev your engines at Throttle and Swing, the ultimate entertainment destination at NOLA Motorsports Park.
That's right. We're talking an 80 configuration go-kart track that'll have you feeling like a pro racer.
But that's not all. We've also got a brand new 18-hole mini golf course and a state-of-the-art arcade.
Delicious craft pizza kitchen and a full bar. Think unique cocktails, gourmet coffee, and a perfect place to refuel after all the fun.
Plus, relax in our outdoor lawn area with the playground, live music stage, a huge television for watch parties, and free Wi-Fi too. It's perfect for work or play.
And if you're planning a party, Throttle and Swing can handle it. Any size gathering, we got you.
So, what are you waiting for? Head over to NOLA Motorsports Park on the West Bank and experience the unparalleled excitement of Throttle and Swing.
Throttle and Swing at NOLA Motorsports Park. Get your adrenaline pumping.
Are you looking for a unique New Orleans experience?
Check out New Orleans artist Frenchie at FrenchieLive.com.
Featuring original artworks, prints, and more. See it all at www.FrenchieLive.com.
Live event bookings are available. The gallery is open by appointment only.
And for private showings or parties, email info@FrenchieLive.com.
Experience the art and experience the artist at Frenchie Gallery. www.FrenchieLive.com.
Real Talk with Revolution is back. This is Effie, and I brought along some new friends.
Nikki D here. We'll be talking real estate, real life, and everything in between.
Please join us every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday right here on WGSO 990 AM and streaming live at WGSO.com.
Louisiana Radio Network, I'm Colleen Crane. A woman reported missing in St. Landry Parish is found dead, and her boyfriend is accused of killing her. A ping of Jolani Benitez's phone led investigators to a remote area along Highway 10 where they found her burned vehicle. Sheriff Bobby Guidros says a deputy found a man walking in that area.
He picked up the individual and started questioning him. He went back to the car and asked him if anyone was in the car, and he responded, no.
Guidros says 24-year-old Irving Arguelles of Lawtell eventually admitted to killing her, and deputies arrested him. Southeastern Louisiana University has achieved its highest overall spring enrollment in 100 years, pushing total overall enrollment to nearly 15,000 students. University President Dr. William Wainwright says preparatory enrollment grew by nearly 19%.
For us, this represents the future growth of our institution. As these college preparatory numbers continue to grow, they will directly correlate with the growth of our incoming freshman classes.
LRN.
The IRS is the most powerful collection agency in the world.
I couldn't sleep. We were being audited.
They do not give up until you pay.
They put a lien on my house.
How about you? Do you owe back taxes? Call Tax Solutions now and get some help. For a limited time, the IRS offers a tax forgiveness program called the Fresh Start Initiative. Our team can make it easier for you to pay back taxes, avoid tax liens, and get a fresh start. Sometimes you just need a second chance.
I call Tax Solutions Now, and they got the IRS off my back.
At Tax Solutions Now, our affiliates are all accredited by the Better Business Bureau and members of the National Association of Tax Professionals.
We saved our home and overcame the most powerful collection agency in the world.
Time is running out. Call Tax Solutions now. Call 800-319-6697. 800-319-6697. 800-319-6697.
Hey, Jay, you hungry? Like really hungry?
Yeah, I'm in the mood for oysters. Hey, let's check out Trinas.
Oysters? I love oysters.
Trinas features a wide variety of local oysters. Charred, grilled, baked, and on the half shell, even the famous oyster log.
Oyster log? I heard about that. You get 6 each of their signature baked oysters, plus 6 fried, all on a Cypress slab?
42 oysters. We are going to love it. Trinas is located in the Hotel Intercontinental, 444 St. Charles Avenue, right on the parade route.
Sweet. When can we go?
7 days a week for lunch and dinner, plus a mimosa brunch on weekends and happy hour daily from 3 to 6.
Happy hour? Nah, you're talking my language.
Great drinks, great wine list. Award-winning chef Matthew Farmer leads a team serving the best seafood in New Orleans. Trinas.
Trinas. Got it. Let's go.
Tune in to the Your Personal Bank Show, Saturdays at 11 a.m. or contact parents at yourpersonalbank.com. The Your Personal Bank Show, Saturdays at 11 a.m. on WGSO 990
Hey, do
a.m.
you
New
ever
Orleans.
wonder who really listens to talk radio? Or even, who is this new Lisa and why are we going live with her? And what does it mean to be unscripted? Hey guys, my name is Lisa Leonardi and I am the new talk show host of Live with Lisa Unscripted. My show is about living our unique NOLA life with a touch of inappropriateness and a ton of side-splitting laughs to get you home every Monday at 4 p.m. here on WGSO 990 AM.
Chef Jamie Gwen here. Tune in for delicious conversation and let me feed your soul every Sunday from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. right here on WGSO 990 AM, the community voice of the Crescent City.
Tired of placing multiple calls to multiple vendors and getting the runaround? Turn to one resource who can get it done. Sir Speedy. We provide a wide spectrum of print, signs, and marketing services, all backed by more than 5 decades of experience. So when you need that new brochure, direct marketing campaign, or signage to promote your brand, give us a call at 504-586-9812 or visit us online at sirspeedyneworleans.com. Everything you need, one resource, Sir Speedy.
This hour of programming is brought to you in part by me, Mr. Everything. Don't settle for anything. Ask for everything. Who dat?
All right, we're here live on the air. Ian, you still with us, my man?
Absolutely.
We're jamming out to a little meters there, man.
That's right.
You're welcome. Welcome back, folks, ladies and gentlemen, to all my friends in Spain and France and all across the United States of America. You're listening to Only Good Vibes News Network with Jay and Whistle. Our guest today is Mr. Ian McNulty, food culture young man who has been Ian. So answer this for me. When was the first time you knew you could or you wanted to be in the food and restaurant service?
I tell you what, and I started out my career as a journalist, nowhere near food. You know, I started at a small town paper covering everything under the sun, cops, schools. I came to New Orleans. I was covering business news, banking, insurance, really, you know, topics that are drier than a Baton Rouge po' boy, you know, it's just so good. And but when I moved to New Orleans, I didn't really know much about food, but I knew that New Orleans had this reputation for food, and I wanted to know about it. And it was actually a disappointment, if I can go into slightly not good vibes.
Oh,
but they lead to good vibes.
It's good.
When I first hit the streets here, you know, I had this idea that you could walk into any joint and have an amazing, mind-blowing meal. And I was walking down the street, I saw a chalkboard written sign said "Special Jambalaya." Oh, this is as New Orleans as it gets. I walk in, I have it. It was terrible, guys. It was like, I don't know. It was like char. Like, this is what anybody in Louisiana would have sent this back. I felt it was a tourist trap, and I fell right through the trap door.
Yeah.
But really, from that moment on, I thought, okay, well, I have to find the good stuff. If I'm going to live in New Orleans, I have to experience this part of its identity, what it's famous for. And so I set out. This is even before I was officially writing about it, but I set out to find really good food, of what really turned people on about New Orleans food. And so I read everything that I possibly could, right? I followed every other food writer I could find in New Orleans, took their tips, tracked places down, got out of my comfort zone, and then I started talking to people about it. And when I moved here, I didn't know anybody. I moved here solo. I'm a 25-year-old guy, just a couple of years out of college. But started making some friends where I worked, hang out at certain bars, and chat people up. And I realized in New Orleans you could get anybody talking if you started with food.
Yeah.
And you just it was not weird for a guy to bump into somebody at a bar, or be sitting next to him at a bar in Magazine Street, and say, "Hey, you know what? I'm new to town. What's your favorite po' boy place?" Or like, what do I need to know about gumbo? And oh, you're new? Really? You're new to? It was the New Orleans heart just opened up, because the people here, they want you to love their city the way that they love it, and they want you to love their food the way they love it. And if they have a favorite po' boy place or a favorite gumbo, which of course everyone does, they want you to be on that team. They want you on Team Parasol. They want you on Team Parkway, because they are, right?
Yeah.
How long have you been covering food here in New Orleans, Ian?
In one way or the other, I started in, I guess it was 2002. An Offbeat magazine. I had a monthly column for them, and I'd just been in it for a couple of years,
So 23 years now.
Yeah. It was I'm very, very grateful to Offbeat magazine back in the day for that start.
So one of the things I wanted to ask you also too is, didn't you do some stuff for Gambit? Did you work?
Yeah, Gambit was after Katrina, right? So it was very unclear what was going to happen in New Orleans in those first couple months.
Interesting story, because I was at Mass. I went to Mass, and I live in Gentilly now, and Mass. I went to the one at UNO. It's a Legion Field Church, but the one at UNO, and I ran into Clancy Dubose, and we was sitting in Mass. It's a very maybe 7 to 10 people most of the time at this Mass is on UNO campus, and Clancy, I was telling him that I was going to have you on the show, and he goes, "Well, you ain't got to start over at Gambit." And I was like, "That's gonna be I said, "I'm gonna have to get some trivia and do some homework." But I mean, it's a small place in New Orleans, and one of the things I wanted to back up a little bit on, when you say New Orleanians, they want you to come, and you should say we, because you are a New Orleanian, my brother. I mean, that is a full nth degree as it can get. Even more New Orleanian, more of a New Orleanian than a lot of New Orleanians at some points. But you are definitely quintessential a New Orleans person, and we love you here. And you're right. What things we want to do? We want to talk your head off. We want to feed you, and we will not ever let you go. We gotta always have some kind of excuse to keep you.
Whistle. I would never claim to be a native, because I know that's sacred. That would be a lie. But I will take the New Orleanian label. Absolutely.
Yes, you should. And you've earned it.
You mentioned Katrina. That was really a turning point for my relationship with understanding New Orleans food, because Clancy's right. I really did kind of start revving up in my career once I started working for them, because it was a bigger paper, weekly column. And I started with them that fall after Katrina. It was in October. It was the first issue they put out after Katrina. Now, New Orleans is a very, very strange place.
Well,
8 weeks after Katrina. But the restaurants were starting to come back, and it wasn't like they said, "Oh, hey, go review these restaurants that are struggling to get back open." It was, "Hey, tell us the stories of New Orleans food and restaurants coming back." And guys, as a young food writer, as a young journalist, this was the finishing school for learning what food and food culture means to New Orleans people, because it meant going from restaurant to restaurant, covering all the different neighborhoods and watching restaurants that were decades old, in some cases a century old, reopened. The first time when people didn't know if that was going to happen. They didn't know if Angelo Bricato's was going to come back.
Right.
They didn't know if Mandina's was going to come back. And this went on for years. I mean, Mandina's, it took years for Mandina's to come back.
You mentioned some of my favorites there, but I wanted to ask you on the same vein, what's kind of like the Energizer Bunny of New Orleans cuisine, the one that the gift that keeps giving, this the one that you found it and it astounded you, and every time you go back, you're equally as astounded.
A restaurant, you're saying?
Yeah, a restaurant or a po' boy, a corner store, whatever it is. Like, what's the one place that is you could always depend on?
Parkway Bakery.
Yeah, I love that answer.
Oh, good old Jay. Yes,
I've seen that place when it was abandoned, and then Jay Nix brought it back, and then I've seen the torch be passed to Justin Kennedy.
Yes,
Justin does a great
like
job.
He walked out of Central Casting for like the friendly New Orleans guy.
100%.
Yeah.
And it is it's grown from really, when it started out, it was kind of a bar up front, a po' boy counter in the back, to you go by there like on a weekend when the weather's nice, and it's like a miniature po' boy fest going on.
Yeah. For real.
The bar is rocking. There's a big tent outside. There's got a sit-down restaurant called Jay's Place in the back. The parking lot is booming. It looks like a drive-in movie theater out there. And they have so much fun with it because it is fun. It's New Orleans. People are having a good time. And the people who make the place run really seem like they're having a good time and believe in what they're doing.
And I love the way they adapted during the pandemic to that call-in model where you can drive up in their parking lot and talk to the guy in the booth. He's like, pull into spot number 7, and they can bring your po' boy and your root beer right out to the car. It's like, wow, this is service.
They're really
almost like car hops from the old days.
So for real, yeah, that's the kind of feeling it has.
So I want to run some questions by you real quick. I just made these up, and we make some of they're different. Jay may know some of them, but and none of them is like going to put you on a spot or anything. But Mardi Gras or Jazz Fest?
Mardi Gras.
Okay. Beignets or king cake?
Everybody. Mardi Gras for everybody, and it's the thing that we create ourselves. I love Jazz Fest.
Me too. If it was up for me, I would definitely give 2 Jazz Fests and a half a Mardi Gras.
There you go. Okay.
Beignets or king cake?
King cake.
And
love a beignet, but king cake has just become such a fun, creative expression of New Orleans culture, from the traditional ones to the far out ones.
Oh, I want to find out about king cake when we come back from the break here. For sure.
Yes. And one more thing right before you go here, I want to ask you real quick. What is your favorite king cake?
Oh, it makes you high dough on the West Bank.
Boom.
There you go.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah,
Yes. So
I have to agree.
that music means we're going to be paying some bills. If we can beg you to hang on, man, we're having a great time. Got my shoes off, I'm learning stuff, writing things down. We'll be back, guys, at Only Good Vibes News Network, 990 a.m. If you want to call us, 555-696-9696, 504-556-9696.
556-9696.
Looking for something new and exciting?
Then get ready to run your engines at Throttle and Swing, the ultimate entertainment destination at NOLA Motorsports Park.
That's right. We're talking an 80 configuration go-kart track that'll have you feeling like a pro racer.
But that's not all. We've also got a brand new 18-hole mini golf course and a state-of-the-art arcade.
Delicious craft pizza kitchen and a full bar. Think unique cocktails, gourmet coffee, and a perfect place to refuel after all the fun.
Plus, relax in our outdoor lawn area with the playground, live music stage, a huge television for watch parties, and free Wi-Fi too. It's perfect for work or play.
And if you're planning a party, Throttle and Swing can handle it. Any size gathering, we got you.
So, what are you waiting for? Head over to NOLA Motorsports Park on the West Bank and experience the unparalleled excitement of Throttle and Swing.
Throttle and Swing at NOLA Motorsports Park. Get your adrenaline pumping.
Are you looking for a unique New Orleans experience?
Check out New Orleans artist Frenchie at FrenchieLive.com.
Featuring original artworks, Prince, and more. See it all at www.princhylive.com.
Live event bookings are available. The gallery is open by appointment only.
And for private showings or parties, email info@princhylive.com.
Experience the art and experience the artists of Frenchy Gallery. www.frenchylive.com.
Hi, this is Kate Delaney from America Tonight. The show kicks on at midnight, and I'm loving the overwhelming support in New Orleans. What a group of fantastic listeners here on WGSO 990 AM. Join me every morning to catch up on what I call the buzz in your backyard and mine. You'll hear some of the most interesting people on the planet from the world of business, politics, sports, and, well, just intriguing people with a story to tell. If you're around, give us a call. Don't worry, I'll spit out the number plenty of times on the air. Let's agree to meet at midnight right here on WGSO 990 AM in New Orleans.
Hello, this is Jack Clay. I want to thank all my listeners and the support I get here at WGSO for making our program, The Jack Clegg Show, successful. Along with that success has come a change in time zones. No, we're not moving to the Pacific time zone, but we are changing the time of our show. Now, for the immediate future, we'll be 11 a.m. to noon on Tuesday and Thursday. Callers are welcome. That's a Jack Clegg Show at 11 a.m. to noon. Thanks for listening.
Hey, New Orleans, the wait is over. That who-dat who wouldn't quit? Well, it's me, the King Dude, Mike Church, back on the radio airwaves that you know and love after 27 years of being away. I've only been back for a few weeks, but I've already spent more time in New Orleans than Mayor LaToya Barcelona. Or is that Mayor she's full of Bologna? Whatever. And remember that your mama was pro-life, darling, back when men were men and women didn't pretend to be men who run for Congress. Join me weekday mornings at 6. What have you got to lose that the Democrat Party hasn't already tried to steal from you?
What's up, my people? This is Derek Smoker Freeman. You're listening to the Only Good Vibes News Network with Jamie and Whistle right here on AM 990 in New Orleans. Yeah.
You got the accent, so we the positive.
Eliminate the negative. That's my man, Mr. Mac Rabenak.
Dr. John.
Welcome back to Only Good Vibes News Network, ladies and gentlemen, and kids of all ages.
We're here on 990 WGSO AM.
And we're brought to you by NOLA Motorsports Park on the West Bank in Avondale. Ian, have you ever been over there yet?
Oh yeah. I did the kart racing one time. It's a lot of fun, man. That's a great destination getaway in your own backyard.
Oh my gosh, man. It is so much fun. Like, I think we can they need to have cabins over there so you can stay and just go crazy, because it's like a fishing kind of feel, like you're having so much fun, you're doing these things. Like, who don't love speed, right? Like, I mean, it's exhilarating. But they have out all kinds of arcade stuff. They have a axe throwing thing, and now they're gonna have a full golf course, but it's not gonna be like a real golf course. It's gonna be where you can use only a putter.
But it's not like a mini golf course either, like where you're just sort of putting through the windmill and stuff. It's a little bigger than that.
Yeah, that's the cool part. So Jay and I are gonna go over there. If you want to come with it, trust me. I mean, it's gonna be everybody's wife can play and everybody's husbands can play. Like, you don't have to be like a real golfer, like me. No, but so Ian, my next question for you is: gumbo, red or brown?
Brown
all day.
That's what I say.
Brown all day. I asked the late great Leah Chase, the queen of Creole cuisine, one time. I said, How do you know when your gumbo is done? What are you looking for in the roux? You know what she did?
What's it?
To her hand.
Nice.
She said when it turns the color back of my hand, she's ready to go.
Nice pecan
that
brown.
Exact tone. Exactly right. And you know what? You got a point. Another great chef out there, Frank Brightson.
Yes.
Brightson's restaurant in the Riverbend, True Gem, and he's a gem of a man. He's got an expression that brown is the color of flavor.
Oh,
nice. Wow.
And that actually tracks scientifically, like when you get into the Maynard sort of world of braising things.
Aha, he's using fancy words on it. Ian. So and our listeners, once again, if you want to call, it's 504-556-9696. You can join in the conversation with me, Jamie, Ron, and Mr. Ian McNulty. But Ian, what I wanted to ask you was this, man. So I noticed when you were saying before that you were a journalist, and I was looking at the Louisiana Ramblers. I want to know what you think about when I say X-ray micro focusing applications and techniques. Like that blew my mind. Like
I don't even know what he's talking about.
Yeah, unpack that one for me.
So it's called X-ray micro focusing applications and techniques.
And what does it have to do with food and food writing?
It doesn't. It has to do with writing. I mean, it said, unless there's another Ian McNulty that he published a manual about X, and I read it. All that is that not true?
That's not me.
Oh wow,
that is the other Ian McNulty.
I was telling my wife, I was like,
I didn't see this in my research.
Ian is amazing. You like read an X-ray book. This guy does everything.
Ian, let's talk about food, not science, my friend. You know, I'm very curious. You're a journalist. You're a journalist, and you've been covering food for years. There's a whole sort of movement in journalism right now. It's going sort of into the TikTok world and into the world of social media. And I see you have a podcast that's really sort of forward thinking of you to already be involved with that. There's this guy, Dave Portnoy, goes around and reviews pizza. And have you heard of this guy?
Oh yeah, we all saw that during the Super Bowl.
Right, we all saw it during the Super Bowl, and I don't know. I think that you need to do something on pizza because I don't want someone from New Jersey or wherever this guy's from to come down here and have the last word on New Orleans pizza. What do you think of that?
Okay, yeah, that's fair. Look, I mean, a big event like Super Bowl brings out all these brands and personalities and stuff, and they're doing their thing. And you know, everyone's got an opinion and taste, and that's valid. And if somebody's coming from the Northeast, kind of a pizza capital down here, they're going to check it out. You know, if I was, I was in France recently for a work project, and they had me check out a Popeyes. So you know,
yeah,
go figure.
What I feel like is I'm sorry, continue.
But I know pizza is a hot topic, and it deserves to be so because it's that you know, everyone loves it. It's good. It's accessible for everybody, and I think right now we're living in a pizza golden age.
It really is for New Orleans, the pizza golden age.
What I was gonna say is no, go ahead, E.
No, like the complaint used to be, oh man, if we could just get like a legit Northeast New York style pizzeria down here. You know, this is going back years now, and now there's a selection of them. You know, now they can go head to head. They can go slice to slice. Are you talking about pizza?
Any big winners that you like?
I think Pizza Delicious still sets that standard for me. But they've got company now. You know, you go to Z's Pizza,
right?
At Martin Wine Cellar on Barone Street. Fantastic, crackly crust.
Cara Mianoto, my queen, runs that Z's Pizza up there.
So I got a question.
Okay.
I have one more of those little quick things. So what's your favorite drink? You can have a mocktail or just a regular drink.
Yeah, I mean, it's a martini. You know, it's a finely crafted martini. Gin, of course. I used to be a shaken guy, but I've come around to the beauty and elegance of having it stirred. And it's, you know, it's the unmessed around withness of it. It's not, it's just the basic ingredients.
I like that word.
Well, and it does the job. And, you know, when you have a martini, you know, it's a really good martini and you're looking forward to it. It can be that, it slides the curtain between the day and the night, between the day you had and the night you're gonna have.
Who's shaking the martini for you these days, Ian? What do you like? Carousel Bar?
I like. Oh yeah, that's a good one.
That's my favorite. When I was a drinker, I loved their martini down there.
I made it a point, make sure not to ask Ian to pick anybody because I don't want people throwing spears at him. It's like, you was on the show, you didn't say my name. So, but Jamie's a true restaurant or a radio guy. Me, I'm not so much. But one of the things I did want to talk to you about real quick was because I thought it was interesting, and I'm pretty sure this is you. The Season of the Night, New Orleans Life After Katrina. Dude, a nightlife after Katrina. Now, that I mean, holy cows. Like, dude, could you explain to just talk to us a little bit about something about that?
It was my first book. It's a memoir about what it was like to be back in New Orleans in the first 6 months after Katrina. Because there have been a lot of books that came out about, you know, how people survived and how they got out of the city, and then like books that kind of broke down like the recovery process or kind of the bureaucracy or what went wrong with the levees. Those were all great contributions to the total literature on it all. But I was living a different experience. I was back in New Orleans within a couple weeks, living in my flooded out, blacked out house in my, ruined mid-city neighborhood, going around, reviewing, not reviewing, we're visiting with restaurants, telling their tales, and then coming back. And I was watching the city very slowly and, sometimes very unsteadily come back. And like, what an experience to watch an epic American city come back to life, painfully, sometimes slowly, but also joyfully. I mean, it was an incredible time to be in the city. Incredibly challenging.
Speaking of resilience,
but incredible.
Speaking of resilience, I wanted to give a shout out to Jam Nola because they had a little fire over there. Not a little fire, $5 million worth of stuff going, but New Orleans is a resilient place, E. And that's where I think that they're going to be coming back soon. But I wanted to tell you, thank you so much for us. It looks like we ran out of time because when you have so much fun like we have, we run out of time. But we want to invite you back on the show again.
Let's do it again.
Ian McNulty, ladies and gentlemen. Go out, get any book that he's done. Go see him. If you see him out there, he's a real cool guy. You can catch him over at Galatoire's with me sometimes, and Jamie.
Mm-hmm.
But he's real, just like you, quintessential New Orleanian guy. Thanks, E.
Remember, the world is full of good people. If you don't see one, be one. And join us next week, Thursday, 4 p.m. for the Only Good Vibes News Show.
Brought to you by NOLA Motorsports Park. Who dat? Hey, Jay, you hungry? Like really hungry?
Yeah, I'm in the mood for oysters. Hey, let's check out Trenas.
Oysters? I love oysters.
Trenas features a wide variety of local oysters. Charred, grilled, baked, and on the half shell, even the famous oyster log.
Oyster log? I